We can be better friends, and for the enemy is not our end. You will see, we will be together. Come to the point, I apologize. Know how I feel, we're alright. Say what you want me to do. Again, I'm sorry, I've not been true. Let's make fire, but still stay shining bright. But for once, I think you're right. Do you remember the time you were alone? I was the one to call you for. So you see, I'm the better friend. All your flaws I will mend. You will be together, together. Come to the point, I apologize. Know how I feel, we're alright. Say what you want me to do. Again, I'm sorry, I've not been true. Come for me, marry me, lend me your ears. I'll speak what you want to hear. Come for me, marry me, losing you is all I fear. Come to the point, I apologize.
Good evening, guys. Can you hear me? Can you hear me okay? What up, what up? Look what we got in here. All right, I'm going to turn myself up just a little bit and adjust the music a little bit. How are those levels, guys? How are those levels now? Just let me know. Just let me know. We got a nice little crew in here. We got Tech the Taxi Guy, Graph-Wise, Jason Hoffman, of course. Brad, what's up, man? Greek Cigar Freak, the legendary Lord Dadbod. Right on, guys. Good to see you guys. Right on. All right. Got a lot of interesting stuff to get to tonight, guys. A lot of interesting stuff. Okay. Tech says he just got done a few minutes ago. Awesome. Thank you, man. Thanks for coming over here right after your stream. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right, just waiting for a few more people to filter in here, and we'll start. Got a lot of interesting stuff to talk about tonight. I'll start up 60 seconds. 60 seconds. Hey, Mark, welcome, and feel free to DM me on Twitter. All right. How you guys feeling? Sunday night. Gorgeous day out in most parts of the country today. Gorgeous day out. Oh, we'll just start right into it, guys. The little Dogecoin weather report, so to speak. It looks like sells have kept us below our support, and seems to be a lot of indication showing a lot of selling pressure right now. And the MACD, the MACD, hasn't really been going our way either. It's likely that we'll keep dipping through the night, but I would suggest very modestly. Of course, with a coin like Doge, that could change depending on a few different factors. One of those factors being Elon on Twitter. We'll keep a close eye on it. Top of the story. Story tonight. Lead story. Bernie Sanders versus Elon Musk. A few days ago, Bernie Sanders put a shot across the bow towards Elon Musk and putting him and Jeff Bezos in the same category, saying that their greed was a threat to the planet, essentially. Elon just shot back last night. Business Insider reports Elon Musk responds to Bernie Sanders' criticism of his vast wealth, saying he is accumulating resources to help make life multiplanetary. Tesla CEO Elon Musk said he was accumulating resources to help make life multiplanetary. Musk was responding to criticism raised earlier by Sanders. I'm accumulating resources to make life multiplanetary. Extend the light of consciousness to the stars, Musk said on Twitter. In response to Bernie Sanders, Musk has become one of the world's wealthiest people, alongside of CEO Jeff Bezos. Liberal lawmakers have called for higher taxes on billionaires, saying they're not paying their fair share. We are at a moment in American history where two guys, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, own more wealth than the bottom 40% of people in this country, Senator Bernie Sanders said on Twitter last Thursday. The Vermont senator added, the level of greed and inequality is not only immoral, it's unsustainable. Well, Elon fired back and he said, hey man, listen, I do care about this planet. I care about it so much, I'm looking to make our options multiplanetary. I wouldn't put Elon in the same category as Jeff Bezos for a lot of reasons. For a lot of reasons. Listen, I don't hate Bernie. In fact, I like him more than a lot of politicians, but I just think he's a bit disconnected on this one. I think it's comparing apples to oranges when you line up when you compare Elon Musk to Jeff Bezos. They're both billionaires, but that's about where it ends. And Bernie's become a millionaire himself over the last 4 or 5 years, I recall. Must be nice. So, the things that Elon has been progressing and doing for this world with his wealth, he is the largest manufacturer of gas-free vehicles on the planet. I think that's pretty significant. Here's a nice article I saw come out from Clean Technica, written by Zachary Shanahan. It's titled, "Attacks on Elon Musk for His Wealth Are Truly Ridiculous." He goes on to say there are humongous issues with inequality in the world at large, and that the United States in particular. And that growing problem in the United States has been leading us to a more and more unstable place. Elon Musk's wealth is not in gold or cash. It is not in houses or yachts. His enormous wealth comes from the fact that companies he founded have gotten so large and successful that the related fact that he does not sell his stock in those companies. He's so wealthy because so many investors poured so much money into the expectation that his companies will do better as years go on. Elon is not hoarding cash. He doesn't have cash to hoard. He has said that he likes to take out loans based on the net worth when he needs things to buy rather than selling stock. He isn't being greedy and just accumulating more and more cash. I think that's the meat of the article here. I think that's the meat of the counterpoint here. Elon's not your typical billionaire. Most of his wealth is in stocks, evaluated stock value. And it's almost not his fault that he became so wealthy as he has been, because almost all of his wealth has been accumulated and spurred by investors that just believe in the projects that he sets himself to. To me, that's a whole lot different than Jeff Bezos. A whole lot different. It's apples to oranges, guys. But I think Bernie's got good intentions, but he really hasn't briefed himself in the details of stuff. And that's what concerns me about sweeping, wide, overly simplistic statements like this. The devil's in the details, as they say. Now, if you want to criticize a system in which over $6 billion can get put into a single company, while millions of people struggle with homelessness and hunger, that's valid and that's different. But don't blame Elon or smear him for knowing how to run good companies. That's the way I see it. I don't know how you guys see it. Diversive. Elon also works like a madman. Elon never sleeps. He sleeps about as much as us weirdos do. So, Bernie shot back after Elon shot back. And it goes on. So Bernie responded to Elon's response by saying, we need to focus on Earth. It makes solid plans for a progressive tax, is what he's calling it. Bernie goes on to say the level of inequality in America is obscene and a threat to our democracy. That I agree with. It's just how we get there. And who you think mostly is to blame for it. I think Elon is one of the last people you want to blame. Bernie Sanders, this comes via The Independent. Bernie Sanders has responded to Elon Musk's defense of the Tesla founder's enormous wealth amid growing discussions in Congress about income inequality. Mr. Musk responded to a column criticizing the senator's previous remarks about his wealth on what is estimated to be $1.67 billion. Mr. Sanders circled back on the SpaceX founder on Sunday, saying space travel is an exciting idea. But right now we need to focus on Earth and create progressive tax systems so that children do not go hungry, people are not homeless, and all Americans have health care. The level of inequality in America is obscene and a threat to our democracy. Let me be clear, I do empathize with what Mr. Sanders is saying there. I really do. And the levels of inequality are very radical in this nation. I empathize with that. However, demonizing Elon Musk and using him as a figurehead of what's wrong with this country is really missing the mark and shows really how out of touch he's become in some regards. And also, we can walk and chew gum at the same time. When you have a mind as brilliant as Elon's and with the resources of his, we want him to try to go interplanetary. We want him to take space exploration to the next level, rather, while he's still alive. We don't know when this opportunity will strike again. And the things we may discover in space and outside this planet, on a scientific level alone, can be incredibly game-changing as far as the tech and knowledge that we may harvest from it. So we can walk and chew gum at the same time. I don't accept this premise that we have to pick either or. I just don't accept that premise. Texas, Bernie is crooked AF. His wife bankrupted the College of Burlington. I have read something about that. I also know that Bernie, he never had like a job until he's about 40, as I understand. He has a pretty interesting history. And on one hand, I gotta hand it to his idealism. He spent his first 40 years living on communes and, just writing and just doing the bohemian thing. I don't have anything wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I do think it's important when you're assessing, when you're dealing with someone who harnesses as much power and has as much a voice that Bernie does have now, and he's helping to shape the national narrative. I think that's when you do want to look at the entire history of someone to try to figure out what's shaped their world perspective, right? Tech says after his campaign for the past, he bought a house in Lake Champlain. If I'm pronouncing that right, I don't know. Yeah, I know that he went from like one large house to 3 large houses real quick. It makes you wonder how that happened. It either had to have been from all those campaign donations, right? That were never refunded or never allocated to the places people thought they were going to. Or there's just been some funny money behind the scenes. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? See some new folks coming to the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. Make yourselves at home. D-Man 69, welcome. So I just think many times Bernie's got the right intentions but the wrong delivery. But I also think that his own level of financial success, that we can't quite pin down what his most recent financial successes are from. They either have to be from previous campaign donations or he's being paid under the table. You don't go from 1 mansion to 3 mansions in the course of a year without one of the two happening. Tech says, yeah, he's got a... Wow. He's got a house that's worth almost $700,000. That's just one of them. So, better be careful, Bernie. Better be careful about throwing these stones before the public starts taking a closer look at your own backyard. Right? What is Elon supposed to do to not be quote-unquote greedy, Bernie? Is he supposed to just sell his shares off to other rich people? Purposely make his own companies less successful? What do you want him to do? MTV Cribs, Bernie Sanders. That I'd like to see. Listen, if you haven't hit that thumbs up button, please do. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Just starting off this brand new venture here with you guys, Accor. Just 2 nights ago, I just started this. So we are still in the infancy stages, as they say. So the best thing you can do is just thumbs this sucker up. Thumbs it up. Oh, also, because I'm not a YouTube partner, you need at least 1,000 subscribers before you can apply for that. If any of you guys feel so inclined, in the description of this video, I do now have something set up with Stream Elements where you can donate if you feel so inclined and leave a super chat in there that will pop up on the screen. So, Elon isn't greedy, but some people see his companies as being so important to the future of society, and he runs them so efficiently and with so much innovation and so much advancement. That's why people invest in Elon Musk. That's where the lion's share of Elon Musk's money comes from. People are paying him for his intellect. They're investing, banking on his intellect. That's where almost all his money comes from. I don't think Bernie understands this. I don't think Bernie quite understands that concept. Anyway. Greed is good as long as you give back, someone says. I don't know if greed is the word I would use, but maybe I would. Just as long as you keep your ego in check and you do good, right? You don't screw anyone over to get there. I mean, we all have a desire to increase our bottom line for greater financial freedom and wealth. It's in part how you all ended up here. It's in part how we've all met each other. It's a part of how we've all met each other. Next story. Coinbase. Get this, you guys. This one's crazy. I haven't seen anybody else reporting on this story yet. Not as far as streamers go. Coinbase fined $6.5 million over cryptocurrency trading claim. Oof. Engadget just reported today. Coinbase allegedly misled buyers about trading volumes. Uh-oh. Coinbase is paying the price for its earlier cryptocurrency trading practices. CoinDesk and the Wall Street Journal say Commodity Futures Trading Commission has fined Coinbase $6.5 million for allegedly providing misleading info about its trading volumes to users. The company's Coinbase Pro exchange ran two programs that sometimes traded Bitcoin and Litecoin with each other between 2015 and 18 and included those trades and data it shared with outside services, making it look like there was more trading volume than there really was. Well, that's not good. That's not good. It appears, from what I've researched, that these allegations are probably true. That's not good. And that's just what they've caught. I tell you, if you're a frequent user of Coinbase, you might want to consider making other plans. You might want to consider it. You might want to keep an eye on Coinbase. Does anybody in here use Coinbase as their main exchange? Yeah. So Coinbase also didn't disclose that it had more than one program or was trading through multiple accounts, the CFTC said. The exchange was liable for its actions, the commission added, as a former Coinbase worker abused the programs between August and September of 2016 to buy and sell crypto in wash trades that artificially inflated activity. This decision comes at a crucial moment for Coinbase and the industry as a whole. Investing in cryptocurrency has surged in recent months, and Coinbase could play a pivotal role in that spike as one of the best-known exchanges. Well, I hope they work this out. And honestly, I honestly hope it doesn't severely damage the reputation of Coinbase. We need Coinbase to do well for us all to do well. But they need to get it together over there. You can't go around making manipulations of this scale and not expect for someone to notice. Tech has no place to trade. He's stuck in New York. He's got some... I forget what all your situation is, Tech, but he's trying to work it out. I would have a really difficult time if I couldn't trade crypto, man. I really feel for you. Sushi Sniper, welcome to the room. Welcome to the room. All right, next story, guys. Non-crypto story. Kylie Jenner criticized for asking fans to donate to makeup artists GoFundMe. This one's a doozy. The 23-year-old entrepreneur drew backlash over the weekend after seeking donations for makeup artist Samuel Rhoda's medical expenses. After she posted a request for her fans to contribute and gave $5,000 to the cause herself. May God watch over you and protect you, Jenna wrote in a black and white photo. Everyone take a moment to say a prayer for Sam, who got hit in an accident this past weekend. So, prayers are nice, Kylie Jenner. Prayers are nice, aren't they? But, you know what's better? Actually paying for a life-saving surgery for your homie, who's one of your main makeup designers. The guy needed $60,000 for a life-saving surgery. Kylie's a billionaire, and she's on the interwebs pleading for her fans to cover the spread. Think about that. Think about what kind of person does that. Think about what kind of person is trying to put the burden of her makeup artist's surgery on her fans when $60,000 is literally 2 Hermes bags for her. It's literally a couple handbags. What she spends on a couple handbags and a couple outfits. I know it comes as no. I know this comes as no shock. I know this comes as no surprise that Kylie Jenner has a selfish POS. I know, shocking. But seriously, and I still don't think she paid for the guy's surgery. And you know what? Those screaming, teary, hysterical fans of hers probably did cover the spread. Probably did pay for this guy's surgery so she could get out for just 5 G's. It's just ridiculous. And to me, it's a quintessential example, I think, of what more and more people are fed up with. And I think that's why it's just another sign of why we see the Golden Globes down 50% in their ratings. The Oscars down 40%. Television ratings down for nighttime talk shows are down like 30-some%, I forget. I think the long reigning era of Hollywood worship, I think it's kind of over. I mean, I wouldn't say it's over, but I think the peak of it's over. I think the level of importance that people put into it and the level of significance that people put on these people is diminishing rapidly. Well, scenes like crypto are rising. People want to be self-empowered. People want their own financial freedom. I think more and more people are just sick of listening to these selfish and insipid morons and giving a rat's ass what they're up to. Her Dom should really be mad. Could have just wrote that off in her taxes. That's right, Celeste. Doge taking a small hit right now. Small hit, guys. I'm not worried about it. All right. Enough of that one. Let's go to the next story. This was written by a guy I'm familiar with named Matt McCall. Matt McCall has been a pundit and an editor on the financial scene for a while. Mostly a stocks guy. He makes the rotations on the major financial news networks. Has been a face on those networks for a while. He recently penned an interesting article I found on Investor Place called "They Aren't Laughing at My Bold Crypto Prediction Anymore." There are even more compelling reasons to own crypto than ever before. He goes on to write, "I don't know how closely you follow Bitcoin in recent months, but I've been all over it. I've told anyone that will listen about it. I own it myself, and I've thoroughly enjoyed watching my cryptocurrency account balance go up and up and up." You really can't top that, he says, which brings me to the other reason I've been all over Bitcoin's spectacular run. It's the old "I told you so." I first discussed Bitcoin 7 years ago. I did it on television over and over again. Everyone else on all of the shows I went on thought I was crazy. They called me crazy. And now, not only is Bitcoin up 9,500% since that day, but there are also more reasons than ever to invest in crypto. Pretty cool. Must be pretty vindicating to be that guy. He's definitely getting the last laugh. His portfolio is getting the last laugh. As I've said to you guys before, my crypto portfolio has been, in the last year, has been more impressive than my stock portfolio has been in the last 5 years. Next story. Dogecoin prediction. Doge delays its 20% move in Doge delays its 20% move as volatility disappears. This comes from FX Street. From Ashish Grimarath. Dogecoin price lacks volatility as Bollinger Bands tightly envelope it. Basically what he's talking about here is, up until late last night, it looked like Doge was just going to go on a huge bull run. Because overall it's been trending higher, albeit slowly, but it's been trending higher. However, now Dogecoin price manages to pierce through the upper boundary of this no trade zone, then things will get really bullish. And all the sharpest minds that I've been keeping an eye on, in my opinion, are saying that bull run's going to go straight to 8. So it looks like we're right on the precipice of possibly just shooting to 8. 8 cents. So compared to this, the supply barrier, which is around 5.8, which is what we're seeing on the screen right now, is smaller. And that's made up of about how many wallets are they estimating in Doge? About 70,000. 70,000 wallets holding about 9 billion Doge tokens. So a spike in this bullish momentum could see the resistance at 5.8, which we're really close to. 5.8 breach first, to be clarified. So keep an eye out. I think we're going to continue to dip tonight, guys. I think we're going to continue to dip. Now, I don't think it's going to go that low. If I had to guesstimate, my guesses have been pretty spot on lately. Lightly anyway. I do get them wrong sometimes. I think we're going to go down to 5.5. Maybe even 5.4. But I think it's going to come right back up to this 5.6, 5.7, 5.8, and beyond in the days after. Maybe even by later tomorrow. Lord Dadbot sold my STMX for an awesome profit, still holding BTT. Well, I sold my STMX. It was the biggest crypto mistake I've ever made in my life. I had $3,000 in STMX. And I sold it all for rock and roll. Nope, I wish I would have sold it all for rock and roll. I sold it all because I was having a couple rough weeks financially. And then about a week, and the thing is, I knew it was going to do what it did. I knew it. I was, for those of you listening back to me on Crypto TV, Crypto Show, I was even calling it back then that this thing was going to go absolutely bullish. It was going to go nuts eventually. But it happened a lot sooner than I thought. It happened a lot sooner than I thought. So my thinking was I was going to get out, take care of some things, reinvest. Reinvest at a similar buy point. I thought it was going to stick around where it was for a while. I was wrong. I was wrong. BTT, those of you who are holding on to BTT right now, kudos to you. I got a little money in BTT. Of course, at this stage, I wish I had a lot more money in BTT, but I got some. And I'm enjoying the ride. Ooh. Someone in the chat says, I have 2K worth of STMX and 1K worth of BTT. Well, sir, you've really played your cards very smartly. Even $1,000, the way BTT's been going, if you even bought in BTT a month ago, you'd still be looking at some incredible returns. Northwood says he likes his or hers BTT. I knew that was coming. I bought STMX when you mentioned it, Steve. Lord Dadbod. Did you buy STMX when I was initially bullish on it back when I was on the crypto show? Because if you did, and you still are holding, you are a prime example of somebody who adhered to my good instincts more than myself. Lord Dadbod took my advice better than I did on STMX. And it's pretty uncommon for me to do something like that. But I just had a lot of unexpected life expenses. So kudos to you, Lord Dadbod. Good job. You guys, if I could ask you, those of you who are on Twitter, if you could either retweet where I tweeted out the, here, I'm just going to put it in here, make it easy for you guys, if you wouldn't mind. So we have such a small core here, and I hate to ask you guys to help retweet the stream, but I don't know how else to promote at this point. So, those of you who are on Twitter, if you wouldn't mind retweeting this, it's just the link to here. That'd be great. Because I know there's more people out there that would like the show, they just don't know what's going on yet. I know most people that follow me, I know Twitter moves so fast and the newsfeed moves so fast. I know most people that would watch the show don't even know it exists yet. And that's all part of starting something new. That's all part of it. But thanks for that, guys. Lord Dadbot, I sold the high of 0.075 and reinvested in Naomi. Sounds like you're making some solid moves, Lord Dadbot. It does. I know you're an absolute crypto hound. I see you get around all the channels and you do a lot of your homework, and it sounds like it's paying off. All right. We'll go to the next story here. Kevin O'Leary. You guys know Kevin O'Leary. Mr. Wonderful from the Shark Tank. He reaffirmed big support for crypto and as well as NFTs. I wasn't quite sure how he felt about NFTs until this most recent interview. And this is a story that came out today, courtesy of Benzinga. O'Leary became more vocal about wanting to allocate 3% of his portfolio to crypto. 3% may not sound like a lot, you guys, but 3% to a man as well moneyed as Kevin O'Leary is a ton. That's a huge commitment. In 2017, O'Leary said he owned both Bitcoin and Ethereum, but didn't talk about it due to working with regulated business. Now he says things have changed regarding regulators' tone for Bitcoin. Interesting. O'Leary says he was slammed for being negative on Bitcoin, but we're in a new place now. That's interesting. That's a new fun fact I didn't know about him. It sounds like he owned both Ethereum and Bitcoin as far back as 2017, but kept it under wraps so he wouldn't get in trouble. O'Leary said you can't get accused of supporting human rights or energy complaints if you own virgin Bitcoin, as he compared not knowing where your Bitcoin came from to blood diamonds. Yeah, that's something really big that Kevin's been on, is making sure that wherever the Bitcoin's mined, it's mined very ethically. And I'm sure he's doing this out of his own reasons, for wanting his own moralistic reasons, but also because he knows a spotlight is on him and he needs to set an example. So Kevin O'Leary on NFTs. Kevin is interested in owning digital art like NFTs in the future. The entrepreneur said it could be wise to think about NFTs from 30,000 feet and see the digital asset class is a new form of value in eliminating counterfeiting. Now that's an interesting spin on it. That's an interesting spin on it that I haven't heard before. Leveraging the tech of NFTs to eliminate counterfeiting. O'Leary said a percentage of his assets will be going to digital with the core position being in Bitcoin. Where can you buy BTT right now? Voyager. You know I gotta plug it. The Voyager code is right there, my man. It's right there under the video. You'll fast track through the 2 to 4 week wait. Almost everyone that uses the code gets approved in 24 hours. And then you get $25 in free Bitcoin. But I love Voyager. I actually recently turned Crypto Batman onto Voyager, and now he can't shut up about it. I don't blame him. All right, next story, guys. Next story. Ethereum price prediction. ETH eyes a 40% bull rally. Now, this just came out today. And this article, this guy's prediction anyway, is almost to a T with what I was saying a couple nights ago. In fact, I literally said a couple nights ago, look for Ethereum to pick up in bullish margins a little less than half its value. So meaning, in my own clumsy way, saying about 40%. Ethereum price sits at a massive demand barrier, failing to hold above, which could be fatal. However, bulls could trigger a massive upswing if a higher high at 1945 is formed. Very interesting, guys. Now, I think Ethereum's going to really see major gains even by the end of this month. I think it very well may come that soon. And let me explain my logic behind that. There's a couple things going on. Ethereum's got a 2.0 upgrade coming out. which is going to slash all those gas fees. And that's the main thing that's been stagnating Ethereum value. And even that, I wouldn't say it's been like a hard stagnate. I mean, Ethereum's had an incredible year. Incredible year. But now the numbers are coming in. The closer we're getting to the end of the month, this guy's predicting Ethereum's going to go up 40%, you guys, within the next couple of weeks, essentially. Also, there's a new version of a DEX aggregator that's going to make Ethereum even cheaper as far as the gas fees go. Where did I find that? Okay, here it is. Cointelegraph. Using 1inch's new aggregator saves gas over using Uniswap and other DEXs directly. The new V3 has already been deployed and has been replaced with the previous iteration and will remain available for users. Switching platforms would require setting new token allowances, which would cost gas. Nonetheless, it appears the migration will quickly pay for itself. The supply chain disruptions amid the coronavirus pandemic were beneficial to the Forge's largest mining firms, who were able to stock up next generation hardware. So this is all going to be a huge boom, I believe, for Ethereum as well. Probably more, I don't know if more than Bitcoin, but it's what I'm trying to say. This is another huge breakthrough. This will be another huge breakthrough for Ethereum. So if Ethereum's got a couple major breakthroughs coalescing around it at the same time. So keep an eye on ETH, guys. All right, next story. Polkadot becomes latest to use Simplex's fiat on-ramp. I know a few of you are holding Polkadot. I am. Now, I got modest investments in Polkadot. Cointelegraph writes, fiat to crypto on-ramp provider Simplex will now support Polkadot in its network of crypto exchanges, wallets, and brokers. In an announcement today, Sunday, Simplex said its integration of Polkadot and its DOT token would allow crypto users to purchase the token with a credit or debit card, Apple Pay, or bank transfer. The financial institution is aiming for a mass cryptocurrency acquisition and adoption, saying that the addition of DOT to its list of supported digital assets will bring it closer to this goal. So what is Simplex, you guys? For those of you who don't know, I just want to make sure you guys really understand this. Simplex is basically another aggregator, but it allows people, and it allows its main function, it allows people to purchase crypto off the other platforms just through credit cards or debit cards, which I think is major. And now Polkadot has been added to their short list of cryptos that can be purchased through them that way. Now, I tampered out. I originally thought this was going to be a big month for Polkadot because it was rumored that about 2.5 million was going to be put into it at the same time, which is a significant amount of money for the size of the coin that Polkadot currently is and how many investors there are. But it either didn't happen or for some reason it just didn't budge the needle. So I scaled back my anticipation on how well polka dot was going to do in the near future. This could change things. I'm just not sure. I'm keeping my polka dot investments because overall I think it's great technology that's going to pan out in the long run. But that's about all I can tell you about polka dot right now. All right. Next story, guys. Next story. Oh, just to add on polka dot, guys. So just to give you some perspective, polka dot's risen over 400% this last year. But it's stagnated and even fallen a bit in the last couple months. And wouldn't you know it, that's when I first bought polka dot, about 2 months ago. That being said, I really do think polka dot is here to stay. And I think what I just explained to you is really good news for polka dot holders. Especially since this projected pump never materialized. So Matt Wallace, my friend Matt Wallace, aka Final Stand, he announced tonight that he's been in direct communication with Slim Jim about the possibility of Slim Jim doing a nationwide television commercial featuring Doge. So Matt gave Slim Jim a number of smart, super cost-effective suggestions to them. And Matt said they've been really receptive to him. So we'll see. We'll see. I do think it's only a matter of time before we see a company launch a national television campaign adopting Dogecoin in some fashion. And I don't think that day is far off. I really don't. Because more and more companies are seeing how advantageous it is for them to attach themselves to cute doggy memes. Celeste says, I'm still new to the jargon. It's all Greek to me, still learning. Sorry, yeah, I usually speak a bit more plainly, I will admit. Tonight, I'm probably throwing around a little more jargon than I normally would. Matt's come such a long way in a short amount of time. Him and I have had a couple phone calls about that. And Matt's been nothing but really cool to me. Really cool to me. And we'll be... I can't reveal too much at this time, put it that way. But Matt is going to be a guest on this show in the very near future. All right, next story. Beeple, this one's funny, guys. You guys know Beeple, the famous digital artist who just sold an NFT for 68 or 69 million. So Beeple thinks NFTs are in the middle of a giant bubble. The guy who just sold the most valuable NFT in history clearly states that he thinks NFTs are in a price bubble. The Straits Times. I've never heard of this paper before, or this news outlet, but they're reporting NFT art is absolutely in a bubble, said the digital artist who this month sold a non-fungible token of his piece every day for the first 5,000 days for an eye-watering $69.3 million. I think it's absolutely in bubble, to be quite honest. To go back to the analogy of the beginning of the internet, there was a bubble, and the bubble burst. Beeple, whose real name is Mike, I never can get over this. Beeple, whose real name is Mike Winkelman. Beeple's real name is Mike Winkelman, said on Fox News Sunday. But it didn't wipe out the internet, and so technology itself is strong enough where I think it's going to outlive that. Winkelman, aka Beeple, said, get this, because you can only imagine. if you're Beeple and you're watching the bids come in live on the internet, Beeple said watching the conclusion of the Christie's online auction on March 11th was, quote, very surreal. It sort of jumped from like 27 million to 50 million. It was literally just like a bomb that went off in the room. The sale was a record for digital art and capitulated Winkleman to third place on the list of works from a living artist behind Jeff Koons' sculpture Rabbit and David Hockney's painting A Portrait of an Artist. Isn't that something? So Beeple is now third, not just for NFT, he's number one for NFT, but he's third in the entire world of art auctioned off for value. Auctioned off art's work. I wouldn't say, I'd have to look, but I don't think that's third overall in terms of what people will have paid for art outside of the auctions, but who knows? Yes, Mr. Winkleman. How you guys feeling? Chat's a little quiet tonight. So, another interesting story to dovetail this one, the purchaser of the Beeple NFTs, I did a background search on him. I just kind of wanted to know more about the person who bought that NFT for 69 million, right? And he's a guy from India, and he's only 32 years old. His name is Vignesh Sundarasan. Vignesh Sundarasan. He claims he doesn't have a car or a house and that he's a minimalist. What? Yeah. You guys heard that right. The guy who spent almost 70 million on an NFT says he doesn't have a car or a house. That's wild. That's wild to me. And he claims this is where it just gets funny to me. Because he claims he's not materialistic. And that he's a simple man. How did he make his money? Well, he moved to Singapore 3 years ago. And he ended up taking over a company called, or being the chief executive from a company called Portkey Technologies in Singapore, which is information-based technology consulting firm. And he doesn't own a car. He says he doesn't own a car. And he says he doesn't own any property. And he says he doesn't own a house. And he says it's because he's a simple man. I mean, this guy has many things, but I wouldn't say it's simple as one of those things. He strikes me as the kind of guy that truly believes in his heart of hearts that he's not materialistic and that he's a simple man. But in reality, if you ask me, simple, non-materialistic men don't spend $70 million on an NFT. Simple, non-materialistic men do not spend $70 million on an NFT. I mean, with all due respect, come on, dude. car or no car. That's your choice. I feel you there, D-Man. In a different way, it kind of reminds me of when I was younger. I grew up around all these, like, they'd call themselves gutter punks. And some of these, like, Antifa types that come from, I noticed a common denominator between all of them. Almost all of them, anyway. And I'm not, for the record, I'm not saying that this guy that bought the Beeple NFT is, I don't think it's a direct analogy, but there's some things that are in common, but I wouldn't say it's a direct analogy on everything. And these kids almost all came from extremely well-to-do backgrounds and families. But they go really out of their way to appear anti-materialistic, while keeping their bank accounts and their trust funds right in the sweet spots. And it's really easy to kind of play the pauper and LARP. LARP is the pauper. Many of these kids, you'll see them play acoustic guitar on the street. Look like they haven't showered in quite some time, but at the same time, there's things that you can look for that will give themselves away. How you know they're not really in dire straits, like many other homeless people are. And some of those things are like the aesthetics, the fashion, like Carhartt. No truly poverty-stricken person that's out on the streets is going to be decked out in Carhartt. Carhartt's a fashion statement for these folks. Carhartt's very expensive, thick kind of work gear. Exactly, like van life people on Instagram. I like to call them Kenosha, Wisconsin. I know exactly where Kenosha is. A lot of these kids, like, they're like, I don't know how else to describe them, guys. They're like usually like white kids with dreadlocks. And the reason why I tell you that is because one of the nicknames that I give them are Trustafarians. Based off of a couple obvious things. So, I had a girl that I knew in high school that was in the same classes as me. And she was one of these crust punks. And she's always talking about going dumpster diving. I didn't even know what it was back then. I asked her. She gave me like a real snotty explanation for it. But it's basically you go diving in dumpsters for food and materials. And it sounded like a horrible time to me. Digging through dumpsters for food when you don't have to. For the record, her dad was a very successful doctor. Very successful. But the thing is, people like this, they internalize a sort of guilt complex for growing up with so much wealth that other people didn't have the fortune, weren't fortunate enough of having a background like that. So I think some of these people internalize it a lot, and they end up projecting it onto other people. But what these people often don't realize is not everybody came out of that. and they just assume that all their peers had it as good as they did, and that they're somehow these righteous martyrs for the working class because they're dumpster diving and playing dress up and busking on the street. It's a very curious phenomenon. It's something that's been going on for quite some time. And watching it not only evolve over the years, but gain in popularity has been amusing, both amusing, equally amusing and annoying to watch. Northwood says, I have clients like this. And they're usually not very nice people. They're usually very mean people. Usually. Anyway. That tangent's over. That tangent's over. So, Billy Marcus tweeted this out earlier today, and this is something I've been warning people out for quite some time. It's that people are using Jackson Palmer, who is the other creator of Dogecoin, been using his image and his name to scam people out of their Dogecoins. And what will often happen is they'll replay old interviews of Jackson Palmer up on a YouTube channel or some other streamer channel, and they'll live stream it, make it look like it's live, and then they'll have like a graphic banner around that screen saying, if you send us 50,000 Doge to this wallet, and we'll double it, and then you'll have 100,000. Apparently these have been pretty effective. A lot of people have been getting taken. Well, I can't believe it, but so Billy is tweeting about that, warning everyone, just saying anything current using Jackson's name or likeness on social media should be reported as illegitimate. He is fully out of the scene, and it's true. Jackson Palmer has been totally disconnected and walked away from Doge a long time ago. So if you guys ever see anything like that, or if you ever see someone else looking at it and entertaining it, just know it's not legit. Do not give them your Doge. Do not give them your Doge. So apparently, an apparently wildly popular like streamer girl, like OnlyFans, premium Snapchat girl, tweeted this last January. She said, 50,000 retweets and I'll get Dogecoin tattooed on my ASS. Pictures included. That was back on January 28th. Well, now it's been picking up steam again, and the retweets are at 48,000.3 retweets. So she is just a little under 2,000 more retweets from being held accountable for putting a Shiba Inu on her butt cheek. She goes by the name of Rin Rin. I had never heard of her before today, but apparently she's wildly popular because she has over 2 million followers on Twitter. I did not RT it, for the record. And I'm not suggesting you should or you shouldn't. because I'm just not really a fan of hers, and I don't care. I don't care if she gets a Shiba Inu put on her butt or not. I just don't care. I mean, I care a little bit. I mean, I care in the sense that she has over 2 million impressionable followers, some of whom would inevitably become Dogecoin investors. But other than that, I don't care. I just thought it was a funny little bit of news. Sure, I can put the link in the chat if you're interested. Well, about at the bottom of the news stories I wanted to cover within the structure of the show anyway for tonight. Tweet of the day goes again to It's All Risky, who tweeted out earlier today this: folks love money, dogs, and memes. Do the math. Do the math. I thought that was cool. And the Stephen Wright joke of the day is this. Listen very carefully. It's a doozy. I got a new dog. He's a paranoid retriever. He brings back everything because he's not sure what I threw it. I never get sick of Stephen Wright jokes. Get sick of Stephen Wright jokes. Well, the Doge is hanging on right at about 575, guys. Northwood's Peachtree says simps are so cringe. You know what I tell? I think in part, like, I get it. I think it's the same as it ever was in a way. We just have different technology for people to express themselves the way they want and for people to get at things the way they want, if you know what I mean. But I also think we're experiencing, on a maybe more of a minor level, a crisis in masculinity, where I see a lot of young dudes today, rather than developing real life skills and communication skills with people in real life, they they're living on their headsets in the video games, and they're spending all their money on streamer chicks and OnlyFans chicks instead of learning how to converse with women in real life, I guess. And I'm not, to be clear, I'm not shaming anyone that struggles with social anxiety, or being socially awkward. God knows, believe it or not, I had to overcome quite a bit of that myself when I was younger. But I just think it's a waste. I mean, I'm starting to see some women, a fair amount of women, come into the crypto space now, even, dare I say, the Doge space now. They don't have their own shows. They don't even have their own streams. They just say, here I am, I'm present, and I'm interested in crypto, and here's my Amazon wish list. It's like, I mean, okay. But I would like to think that my listeners would much sooner buy wise crypto investments and Doge before you went and did something like that. Like I have always said, you will always lose money chasing women, but you will never lose women chasing money. Northwood says my ex-wife is trying to get me married again. Oh, to who? Guys, if you hadn't hit that like button, please do. Being a channel that's just starting off and still in its infancy, it's the #1 thing you can do to help out the channel. Takes a split second of your time, doesn't cost you a dime. And for some reason, one of you guys or gals aren't subscribed to my channel, please feel free to do so if you enjoy the content. Well, I spent a lot of the day working out the logistics for the future of this show, you guys, and talking with people, getting guests lined up for the future. So we're going to have some great guests on. So just try to spread the word about this show. Because right now I just got you guys. I got the small core and yeah, I appreciate it. Northwood says, Steve, most people think this starts around 12 a.m. You're saying you think most people think my show starts at midnight? This is just beginning. Indeed, Graphwise. Indeed. Johnny Yabera's not here tonight. He rarely misses one. Tell your greasy old granny, Jason says. Welcome, AB. AB, thank you. Appreciate you. Oh, okay. There you are. You were mysteriously silent tonight, Johnny. So I was just wondering. Thank you, guys. I think there's a lot of people. This is what I think happened, guys. After Crypto Show TV fell apart and I parted ways with that venture, I think there's just a lot of people that tuned into me there, but they lost track of me. They just lost track of me. So it's just kind of a matter of reconnecting with them and obviously connecting with new viewers too. So yeah, whatever you can do to kind of facilitate that, much appreciated. Much appreciated. If any of you guys are on Discord, and you aren't a part of the Steven Steele Discord community, I recently started. There's the link for that. So feel free to join there too. We're slowly building a cool community over there as well. It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a good meme resource. Honestly, I haven't gotten a chance to look into Sushi Coin yet, Northwoods, but thank you for the reminder. You got to understand, when I'm between running a business and doing this venture all on my own, there's a lot of work behind the scenes that goes into it. So I sometimes, especially lately, it's easy for me to forget stuff. But thank you, because Sushi Coin is something I wanted to look more into. I think I know what you're talking about, Zipperator. Yeah, things just got a little gnarly. Yeah, Discord definitely comes with a bit of a learning curve, but once you kind of get the groove of it, it's a pretty fun platform to be a part of. I had to force myself to be more tech savvy when embarking on this show alone. Just a second, guys. I'm going to step out for literally 2 minutes, and then I'll be right back. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Just had to take care of something and stretch my legs. Stretch my legs. Holy smokes! It's the one and only Crypto Batman. Crypto Batman's checking out the new stream for the first time. Welcome, dude. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you, Crypto. I appreciate it, man. I put a lot of work into, you know how much work goes into this stuff behind the scenes, and plus I wouldn't say I'm particularly a super tech savvy person, so I had a lot to learn. That's why it took me a bit to get it going. You're gonna kill it on YouTube, Crypto says. I hope so. Right now, I just got a little small core of folks, and they've been really, really good to me. Really appreciate you swinging through, Crypto Batman. Awa Awa. Give Crypto Batman an Awa Awa in the chat. Crypto Batman says, your name in the lower right looks like a love letter. I feel like you're breaking up with me. I just don't see things working out between us. Kindest regards. Steven Steele Live. Maybe I should start signing off my letters as Steven Steele Live. How ridiculous would that be? I love Crypto Batman's show, man. I love it. I love it. Yeah, thank you, Andy. I actually like how raw and just kind of impromptu that Twitter live stream is actually, but it comes with a lot of limitations, right? Comes with a lot of limits. Johnny says, I'm having trouble accepting the invite on the Discord through the link. Thank you for pointing that out to me. Let me check it out, Johnny. Let me see what's going on. I see it worked for a few other people, Johnny, so maybe if you haven't joined, it could be if you don't have a Discord account yet, maybe it's going to need you to go through setting up an account first, so maybe that's it. But I'll help you figure it out. I'll figure it out. I can help you figure it out off the air. I'd be happy to. Yes, I am definitely liking this better than Twitter. Crypto Batman. And plus, it's just way easier for people to hang out and chat. That's one of the main things. It's like, it's hard to build a community on Twitter Live. Celeste says, if Goose is Batman, is Steve the Man of Steel? Maybe we could have one of those versus movies, Crypto Batman, like how there was Batman versus Superman. We could do Crypto Batman versus the Man of Steel. Actually, when you come on here, Crypto Batman, I'm going to promote it as that. I'm going to promote it as Crypto Batman versus the Man of Steel. I just learned, Andy, how to preserve avocados and keep them from going bad. You put them in you seal them in plastic bags, and then you just spray water and lemon juice on them, and they'll freeze up. They'll freeze like forever, and then they won't rot, and you can just take them out and use them whenever in the future. Crypto says his wife is his farmer. Yeah, we're gonna work it out. We're gonna have Crypto Batman on here real soon. Yeah, we're working it out. He was actually cool enough to have me on his show a couple days ago, I think that was. It was cool. So guys, what's your favorite food involving avocados? Favorite food involving avocados? I actually really want to hear this. I have a big love for avocados. And while you guys are giving me that answer, I'm going to check out the markets real quick. Mexican tacos de asada. I think fajitas, sure. So basically, guys, the official market report is this. Almost all of your favorite cryptos are down. Everything's down, guys. Everything's down. It's just one of those weekends. Except for E&J. Holy smokes. I hadn't checked E&J since earlier today. E&J is really cruising. E&J finally broke back through the $2 margin. Right now it's soaring at almost $2.40. Right now it's at $2.38. Wow. Yeah, I put a pretty good investment in E&J. Johnny says, I'm Mexican American, so I eat it with everything. I even like those avocado smoothies. I love those. Oh, the Irishman it's very good. Yeah, E&J is like the only thing that's rocketing today, pretty much. Yep, it keeps going up, you guys. E&J is just about to hit $2.40, guys. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to see if I can find an ENJ chart for us to follow. Sorry about that. Little technical difficulty. I'm still learning. I'm sure Crypto Batman's getting a good chuckle right now. There we go. Now I got ENJ up there. Celeste said I sold my ENJ. I'm not gonna chase. I know it's hard. Then it's hard to it takes some discipline when you after you get out of something and you see it to really start rocketing, because then many times you can get back in at that point and it's too late, right? You get in and then it starts going down. Then you start seeing, not only did you get out of a coin too early, but now you're losing money on it, right? So it takes some discipline. Other times you just gotta hedge your bets, because sometimes you can even get in the middle of it rocketing and it will keep ascending. But that being said, I do think that ENJ is I think we're gonna see $5 from ENJ within the year for sure. Not official financial advice. Like, honestly, like I said, my biggest mistake of the year was putting a ton of money into Storm and getting out before it took off. I would have made a lot of money. I'd be making a lot of money right now just on that investment, but I got out. And I went against my own instincts on that. That was definitely a humbling learning lesson. But the thing is, like, I keep crunching the numbers and the algorithms on Storm and look at the volume and buy, sells, whatever, all that stuff. I don't know where Storm's going. I got back into Storm. I put about a quarter of the money that I had previously invested in it about 3 days ago. I don't know what it's going to do. I don't know. Right now it's down again. I don't know if it's going to keep skyrocketing. For all I know, Storm already has crescendoed. Or it could find more rocket fuel. I don't know, guys. STMX is one of those I can't make any predictions on. It's driving me nuts. Speaking of, there was this I was in this bar one time, and then there was this guy that was like decked out, fully dressed like a pirate, and he walked into the bar, and like everyone turned around. And that wasn't even the weirdest part about it, guys. Like, this guy had a steering wheel attached to his belt buckle. This big steering wheel. It was like a captain's ship steering wheel. And the bartender said, when he came over to order a drink, he says, "You've got a steering wheel attached to your crotch." And he said, "Arr, it drives me nuts." I don't think it's too late to get into ENJ, guys. I really feel like ENJ is the long-termer. And I wouldn't be surprised if it gets to $5 within the next 3 months. Maybe in the next 2 months. So guys, like, I'm just letting you know this exists. I just got it set up. Absolutely no pressure. But I've got like a tipping donations kind of thing under Stream Elements. So it acts the same way as like a super chat does in YouTube. Like, obviously, this channel is not nearly big enough to have super chats. In order to, you have to be a YouTube partner in order to even have the ability for people to super chat. And to do that, you need at least 1,000 subscribers. So we're still tiny. We're just a little over 150. So that being said, like, here's a link just so you know where it's at. In the event you feel like super chatting through there. But no pressure. I love dad jokes. I can't get enough dad jokes. I love dad jokes and I love puns. Some would even say I'm occasionally a punny guy. Yeah, I think BTT has a solid future as well. LDB. I'm going to call you LDB. Only sometimes, though. When I have to say your name a lot on stream, on the air, I just got to abbreviate it. Yeah, I mean, Zipperator, you're right. Like, when you go through the official YouTube, the super chat thing, they take a whopping 30% of that. Which is a lot, but at the same time, I think that's where most people feel comfortable. Because it's easy. It's like more of a familiarity thing to them. So it's kind of a trade-off, you know? Where a lot more people are less comfortable and less experienced tipping or donating through platforms like Streamlabs or Stream Elements. LDB, yes. Yeah, so it looks like oh, it looks like I got my first tip, guys. Did it show up on the screen? Did it show up on the screen and did I miss it? Let me know. Cuz I'm going to find I just got my first donation. Thank you so much. I'm going to find it here. Celeste, awesome. Thank you so much. Celeste, you are the first. You were the first official donator on Stream Elements. Thank you so much. Celeste says, "You're the best." Thank you so much, Celeste, for that. And I think she gave $7 there. Thank you so much. Okay, I just got to fix something in my settings then, so the Stream Elements super chats show up on the screen. So this is good that someone donated, because then it lets me know that so I can fix it. All right, I think it should work now. Should. But nevertheless, I can still see, I have Stream Elements opened up, so I was still able to check the donation and the message attached to it to read it out loud, so no problem. Thank you so much, Celeste. You're awesome. You know, I think things are real small right now with us, but I'm not even worried about it. We just got to get the word out, and I'm going to consistently keep bringing you guys the best shows I can. I got a lot of guests on deck, and I think we'll grow. I really do. I think we'll grow. It may be a slow growth, but I think eventually things are going to really kick into gear. Everyone should pull the stream up on all their devices. The more viewers for that algorithm, yes. Not a bad idea. Actually, not a bad idea at all. If it's not too much hassle anyway. Oh, yeah. Jeremy says, I'm going to have it looking like the Matrix watchtower in my house. That's awesome. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, Andy, they fast tracked it to me. I usually go through I've bought my last 3 Macs through a company called Max and the number 4 and then the letter U, and they've always done a really good job at basically super professionally refurbished ones. They're like new. They're absolutely like new. And so yeah, they got it to me like in a day and a half. I was surprised. But welcome to the stream, Andy. Glad you found it, brother. You guys, there's some resistance going on now with ENJ, right? It was crazy. Like, we saw it surge right when we switched over to it. It was, the whole board was green. And then it just swung right back around right away with a retracement. And right now, I'd say the buys and sells are just about even, 50-50. So we're just kind of going back and forth. If we can break through this next wall of resistance here that I'm seeing, I think we can get to. I think we can get to maybe even close to 250. But I think we'll get to 240 here shortly. I really do. And from all the research I've been doing, I really do feel that it's very probable that ENJ, for those who are not familiar with ENJ, that's Engine Coin, will go to $5 within the year. Andy says we were not expecting you to go live on YouTube for a few more days. Yeah, so I did a test stream the night before last, and then I did my first solo show last night, and this is my second solo show. And now I'm going to start having guests on pretty frequently from here on out, you guys. So I've been in contact with my first couple guests. I will have an announcement either late tonight or tomorrow for sure. I'll have my announcement for my first guest. Hey, can you guys hear me okay? Sorry about that. I just realized what I did wrong when I switched over to the scene. I was actually talking to myself because I didn't transfer my the right mic. It's hard to explain. It's just a technical glitch. It's basically me still learning this live streaming program. So sorry about that, guys. Didn't mean to leave you hanging. I was talking to myself for the last 5 minutes. So, what I was saying, Mike, a question of the day I have for you guys in the chat is, what was your favorite cartoon growing up? What was your favorite cartoon growing up when you were a kid? I want to know. Let's see here. Let's see. Simpsons, South Park, Bugs Bunny. Can you guys still hear the music? Let's see here. Jetsons. I love the intro to the Jetsons. Yeah, Jetsons is one I really liked. Celeste says Rainbow Bright or Sailor Moon. I remember sitting through a few episodes of Rainbow Bright. I think my favorite was, I like the real old school Scooby-Doo's, the original. I also like I used to watch this cartoon called Voltron, where these 5 mechanical lions would kind of form together like a transformer to make a really big, giant, crime-fighting anime robot. I remember really liking that. Ooh, Dragon Ball Z. Celeste, I love it. I like having a variety of ages and generations in here. Ruh-roh. Martian? Is this called Martian? Is this my song? Probably not. Let me. It's funny because it generally sounds like something I would write, but no, it's not my song. And welcome, by the way, welcome, Schmoody. The thing is, YouTube is so strict about copyright stuff with music that I would get flagged if I even played my own music. Even if I were to play my own music because it is registered and copyrighted, I would probably get flagged. So I can't even play my own music on my own show. SpongeBob SquarePants, yes. Thank you, Jason. You're a good mod. Oh wow! I got my second donation through Streamlabs from our mod, Jason Huffman. Jason, thank you for a big $20 donation. Thank you so much, Jason. His message is great show, great community. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate that. Seriously, that's awesome. Thank you, dude. And I'm still fine-tuning like why the super chats aren't showing up on the screen, but I am figuring it out, you guys. By the way, did you guys see Jason's super chat show up on the screen or no? Or did I miss it? He-Man, King of the Barbarians, by the power of Grayskull. Yes, I used to like He-Man. I used to watch a lot of He-Man. There's He-Man, there's Skeletor, there's She-Ra. Inspector Gadget, there you go. Boop-a-doop-a-doop, Inspector Gadget. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. Oh, it showed up on the screen, but I think it blended in. Ah, okay. Thank you for telling me that, because that's something I think I can fix. So that kind of feedback is very helpful, you guys. Oh, Pinky and the Brain. I like Pinky and the Brain. Oh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You guys ever see the full-length feature films? Now, I know more recently, Michael Mann did one. And then before that, it was like in the 80s or the late 80s or early 90s. There was one or two Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles films. And I remember Vanilla Ice was in one. And he actually did the theme song, right? Let's see. He-Man was my little brother's show I had to watch. He is lieutenant colonel in the Marines, so now I feel old. Yeah, guys, so it looks like right now the engine rocket, the rocket engine, how about that? See what I did there? The rocket engine has kind of stalled out. I tell you what, the sells are outnumbering the buys, and we're just trying to get over it here. Just trying to get over the hump of this resistance. The sell's got it beat back a little bit, recessed into a bit longer of a retracement than I thought was going to happen. So just have to see how it goes and keep an eye on it. Right now, ENJ is just hovering right under that, right under $2.37. For a bit there, it looked like it was going to shoot right past $2.40, but not so sure now. Not so sure now. Oops. Gonna get you guys a new visual here. Just give me a moment. There we go. Graph-wise, this song kind of sounds like Matt's roast music. You're right. It does sound like Matt's roast music. Maybe I'm gonna do a roast right now. Bill Gates, you say you're on the side of the people. You're not on the side of the people. You say you hate cryptocurrency and that you think it's a bad investment and that it's too shaky and that it's too bad in the environment. Well, guess what? We can see right through your bogus. We know you're full of it, Bill Gates. And for that, you are roasted. You're roasted. That's my final stand impersonation. Bill Gates, you've been talking smack about cryptocurrency for the last 3 months. First, you said you were indifferent to it. Then you said that it was a bad investment and that it was too volatile. And now you say it's the worst thing for the environment. You're just throwing everything against the kitchen wall to see what sticks. Bill Gates, we see right through it. We know you're full of it. You can't convince us that cryptocurrency is a bad investment for the future. You have been roasted. I love Final Stand, man. He's my guy, man. I can't wait to have him on the show. Welcome to the chat. How long is Chinese? Says I got 1,000 to invest. What coin should I look at? Let's think about this. I'd really like to steer you in the right direction here. If you want to play more cautiously, where I think you will see very probable returns, but probably on a more modest level. You could divide. Now, again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not technically financial advice, just my opinion. I have to put that out there for legal disclaimers. You could divide your 1,000 between 3 coins, and those would be Doge, ENJ, Engine Coin, and ADA Cardano. That would be a pretty safe investment, I think, between those 3. If you're looking to get maybe even more bang for your buck, but a bit more high risk, that'd be different. You could go, in that case, you could go something like you could put Mana in there for sure. MANA. And Mana's got a pretty bright future, I think. You could do something called OMG Network Coin. And Ethereum. I forgot Ethereum. So Ethereum would also be more of a safer bet on the conservative list. If you want to, if you want to get a little more wild style, there's plenty of coins for you to do that, but with a lot more significant potentials, but also more high risk. A lot of people are really wild about VTHO right now. So yeah, hope that's helpful for you. And if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please feel free to do so. The number one thing you can do to help this channel out right now, aside from donate, of course, but just like and subscribe, guys. The channel's brand new, brand spanking new. Most people don't even realize it exists yet. So yeah. Yeah, at this point, Celeste, you got to be a little careful with what they have been referring to as meme stocks or stonks, because the Wall Street bets movement, some of it has kind of been co-opted and compromised by hedge funders. So it's hard to know what's legit and what's not in that scene anymore, really. I got into AMC and Nokia on some kind of Wall Street bets kind of hype, and I got stuck holding the bag on both of those. I know some people are still pretty bullish on AMC particularly, but I pulled my investment out of AMC. I'm still holding in Nokia just because I'm just trying to mitigate some of my losses there. And even though E&J has gone down a bit, you guys, still at its current level, it's still up about 8% for the day, which is really good. But it seems to be settling back down now. But this particular coin has been so it's been so wild that it wouldn't surprise me if it got some serious juice behind it again, even tonight. Okay, guys, I turned the mic up a bit more. Just let me know if it's too loud or not, okay? Just let me know if it's too loud or not. Yeah, Celeste says, I've had AMC since last year and forgot all about it till all this news. Yeah. Yeah, unless you got in before you even heard about it from Wall Street Bets, you're probably left holding the bag on AMC. And actually, Crypto Batman, who was in here earlier, he said he got stuck holding the bag big time on AMC. Big time. Northwood says, voice mic can never be too loud since we can always turn down our volume. Well, it can definitely get too loud, but it's, from what you guys are telling me, it sounds like the levels are sitting just like nicely now, right? By the way, if any of you have yet to see Coming to America, the sequel, keep it that way. It's absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. And by awful, I mean absolutely abysmal. Welcome to the chat, Jody Singh. If I hope I'm saying her name right. Well, welcome. Hey, what's up, Jordan? Jordan, welcome back, man. We're doing it to it. Just kind of freestyling now. Went through the whole news rundown, and now we're just cooling out and just talking about whatever. We're keeping an eye on ENJ right now because the entire crypto market was down pretty much all day today. I'm sure all of you noticed. Any of you who peeked at your portfolio today probably saw a bit of a downturn. Nothing to be concerned about, but it's just one of those days in the whole crypto market. So if in the event you didn't look at your whole portfolio and you just opened up your favorite coin and think it's having a real bad day, it's not your coin. It's just the whole crypto market, with the exception of a few exceptions, and one of those exceptions is ENJ. ENJ has been having a really good day. Right now it's up about 8% since yesterday. Andy says, Steven, you missed my comment earlier. I did Voyager with your code. I was accepted instantly. Awesome. That's great, because usually right now the waiting list, because so many people have been flooding to Voyager, without the code, you'll be waiting about 3 to 4 weeks. My monies have not cleared to them yet, but I'm allowed to buy and sell. Yeah, that's awesome. And that's another great thing about Voyager. You can hit the ground running and buy, sell right out of the gate. So glad to hear that. Glad to hear that it's working out, Andy. I think you'll really like the platform. Listen, there are entire days where I don't look at my portfolio, honestly. But I mean, I usually check in, at least once or twice a day on the whole portfolio. Now, there's times where I like Doge. There are times where I won't follow Doge very closely at all. The only time, if I didn't do a regular live stream, I probably wouldn't even look at Doge for days at a time, because it's a very long-term investment for me. I'm keeping my investment there for the long haul. Jody says no more waiting lists for Voyager. Is that true? I hope so. Maybe they finally caught up with that big bottleneck of new users coming in. So right now what I'm trying to do, guys, behind the scenes, I'm working on so the super chats from Stream Elements show up better. Because right now, the ones that they're set on, I think they blend too much into the background. So we're gonna fix that. Johnny says, if I look at my portfolio, I start to second guess things and tend to make really dumb decisions. Yeah, you can definitely like overthink things and then make too many moves in the late hours, right? And then a couple days later, you look at it, and it will be your lapse of judgment will start looking apparent. Put it that way. Oh yeah, better let it sit and fly. Yeah, it's just kind of one of those things. I mean, Doge is really one of those coins for me where I'm letting it ride for the long haul. I'm honestly not even worried about it. I know it's eventually going to get to where I want it to go. I know the future is very bright for Doge, but I also recognize that it could be a bit, guys. It really could. I know it's going to get there, but also I really think Vlad did a number on us a couple months ago by throttling the market. I honestly think that Doge would be sitting probably somewhere between 20 and 25 cents had he not interfered with the market in the capacity that he did. That's why it's really hard for me to just put the water under the bridge with that guy. I mean, when you think of collectively how much money he's probably cost everyone in this room, so it's one of those things. It's one of those things. Andy says, I'm not going to lie, Robinhood app is so much better than Voyager. Really? You think so? However, Voyager has access to so many more coins. It's a give or take situation. I think what you're probably experiencing, Andy, is you're so used to the Robinhood user face, because it is a very good user face. It's a very user friendly experience aesthetically, but Voyager has a lot of ease of use too, especially for new investors or people that are just more where that's like a important thing for their comfort level on a platform. But I'm convinced that, give it a month, Andy, and then circle back. I think you're going to be even a much bigger fan than you are right now. I'd almost put money on it. Johnny Yabera says, I left Robinhood. They took way too much of my money and froze my buying power when Doge started to pick up. Yeah. That's the thing. People always assume that Doge is a free platform. It's not. They take money out in a lot of other hidden ways. You end up paying them a lot more than you would just a regular platform that incurs small trading fees. I think one thing that would really benefit Voyager is having night mode. I think night mode would really help the experience for a lot of people, and that's a question I'm going to address. I have booked a girl who is head of digital marketing for Voyager, and I'm going to have her on the show soon. So you don't want to miss that. That's going to be a really interesting one. So, anyone that joins my Discord community that I just started is going to get a free subscriber, lifetime subscriber membership, and all that. By becoming being granted subscriber status, it just gives you a lot more variety of controls and things you can do in the group. So anyone that joins the Discord will instantly become a subscriber free of charge. I love night mode. I put my life on night mode. No problem, guys. No problem. My pleasure. VO needs wallets and have it where you can transfer coins to other people. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Batwoman, adding trending hashtags to help in the long run. Well, thank you for that, Northwoods. What platform are you on? How long is Chinese? Yeah, it depends what platform you're on, really, to be able to answer that. Yep, E&J's slipping a little bit more. I'm gonna go back and check on the Doge, you guys. See how our favorite doggy coin is doing. Yeah, Doge is hanging on right about that 5.8. So the downturn that we saw in it hasn't lasted long. It's already making gains back. So no ground really lost today overall, guys. All right, guys. Yeah, buys and sells are about even right now on Doge. Really not much to say about what's happening in Doge right now. Now, we still might hear from Elon tonight. He was pretty active on. He's been pretty active on Twitter the last day and a half. So. Are you ever gonna show live cam? Yeah, eventually. I'm kind of waiting to get settled into a new place and stuff, and then I'll be on more regularly. I'd love to have It's All Risky on. I know that It's All Risky has been very elusive about doing any interviews with anyone. Um, no one even knows if It's All Risky is a man or a woman, technically. So we'll see. I have a feeling that person who runs the It's All Risky will eventually Eventually start doing interviews. Let's see. Elon will settle down after all these rocket ships, and he will be back. But short-term history tells us we do not need him to make Doge go to the moon. Yeah, I think this last week was a really good example of that, Andy. I think that we saw Doge pump pretty consistently off and on in the total absence of Elon Musk tweets or hype. So, which is a really good sign. Yeah, I'm just kind of working behind the scenes, trying to tweak a few things and fix a few things, guys. Yeah. Oh, Voyager. So I think sometimes what you got to do, Voyager, the one glitch you'll sometimes get on Voyager, it sounds like you're maybe just in your portfolio. So you might have to close, like swipe out and close out of the app and reopen it. And then when you reopen it, you should see the entire market of all the coins available to you. So try that. Yeah, so that was me, Jason. I was trying to do like in the administration settings of Stream Elements, I'm just trying to demo a new settings on the tipping thing so it shows up better and for longer. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. So yeah, I know it's making the noise, the tipping noise, but I'm just trying to figure it out, guys. I'll figure it out. Hey, what's up, G3? Welcome, welcome. Decent day in your charts, huh? Yeah, a lot of people saw a little bit of a downturn on their portfolios, but so glad you had a good day. Most people saw a bit of a loss today. Yeah, we're just cooling out, G3. We're all just kind of cooling out. Ran through all the news of the day earlier, and so we're just hanging out here. Yep, that's why they call it Doge after dark. Weekend sale, that's what they call it. I love when the whole crypto market takes a big downturn for a couple days. Then all those investments that I was sitting on the fence about, I really just take advantage of and get in there and make some moves, move the portfolio around a bit too. Oh yeah. My name is Andy, and I'm an alcoholic when I listen to Steve talk about crypto. I'm not sure how to take that. I don't know if I'm proud of that. Hey, Turbine, welcome. Welcome to the room, man. Thanks for swinging by. We're just kind of cooling out late night here. Already discussed all the news for the day, and just keep an eye on the charts and just hanging out. I want to smoke some regard. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm just doing some work on the channel behind the scenes here, guys, but I'm popping in and looking at the chat about once a minute. Yeah, people tend to hate coins that they they dipped out on before they started doing real well. That's part of the game, though. Welcome, guys, to Doge After Dark. Thanks for joining me. It's, of course, your host, Steven Steele. We're heading into those late hours. We're just kind of cooling out. Got a small, nice little crew of about 20-some people in here. Got the Doge chart up now. Tonight I've been alternating between a few of the charts. I had Engine in there for a bit. Might swap it out in a little bit with Mana or something else, maybe Ethereum. The buy sells are pretty much canceling each other out. Doge is just going to show a lot of stability right around the 5.7, 5.8 floor, I think, for the rest of the night, unless Elon tweets something wild. Hmm. Everyone's looking at their apps right now. You can tell the chat slows down. Yeah, that's pretty much happened. People are just like half asleep, or they're looking at their platforms, for sure. I can tell you, as someone who is also a viewer of a few of my favorite streams, I do the same thing intermittently. All right, let me catch up on the chat here, guys. I got you on an 82-inch TV. I got you on the 82-inch TV and on the iPhone for chat. Steven Steele, nice, Jordan, nice. I'm honored to be on that epic size of a TV, right? My man. I'm lucky I own a company where I can just do what I want for the most part and play online. Yeah, I own a small business as well, and it's a big advantage. When I started getting into this space, welcome, Mama Crypto, welcome. Andy, G3, I'm also streaming on TV. Nice, guys, nice. And for some reason, if any of you haven't already subscribed to the new channel, yeah, just do that. Please do. And then hit that thumbs up. Eventually, we'll start piercing through the algorithms on the YouTube. But you know, this is pretty normal. Having done small but loyal core of people when you're first starting a new YouTube channel, for sure. $600. It should be $1,400, right? For the latest stimulus. I've been trying to get a handle on these tip alerts, guys, so they show up better. But I'm just not having a lot of luck on the troubleshooting right now. Because they should be, I'm testing them, and they should be popping up on the live stream, but I'm just not seeing them. I'm hearing them, I'm just not seeing them. We'll figure it out. Oh, there we go. There's a tip demo. Now we're at least getting somewhere. Yeah, I have noticed that, Andy. People seem to get on just fine in a lot of parts of the South, more than they do in other parts of the country. You know, I haven't bought VTHO yet. I'm stretched kind of thin right now financially, and my money's tied up in about 13 different cryptos right now. So it's not because I don't like it. I just gotta I just got to make a budget for it and research it a bit more. But from what I looked into it, it seemed interesting. All right, guys, I think I'm going to wind this stream down for the night, but really appreciate you guys coming out and hanging out. And I will have some announcements tomorrow for who my first guests are and when. And we're just getting this party started, you guys. We're just working out a few kinks, but things are coming together nicely, and things are just going to keep getting smoother and more fun, and we're just going to keep growing together. And yeah, so you guys know where to find me, and I will be back here live streaming real soon. So thanks again, you guys, and until next time.